Stop the car!
Show 5 to those officers.
Stop the car!
Turn around and get in your car and drive away. Shots fired now. An officer ran over. 10-3, 10-3.
All right, guys, welcome back to Surviving a Badge Bar.
Cheers.
Cheers. So, if you haven't noticed, there's a whole crap ton of stuff heating up down at the southern border in Texas and Greg Abbott. So, we're gonna talk a little bit about that.
Oh yeah.
All right. I don't know what's gonna happen. It is heating up down at the southern border.
Oh boy.
Greg Abbott and
Dude, I think a
the
civil
governor.
war is coming, man, if this shit keeps up. I'm telling you right now, man.
Right now, there's 25 states that are supporting Greg Abbott.
And what was it, Colorado, I think? The governor of Colorado?
Is
or
it the governor?
Oklahoma?
I know South Dakota. Kristi Noem is definitely.
But no, this was, I think it was, I'm pretty sure it was Colorado.
Yeah, Florida.
He said in an interview, I will send them troops.
Yeah.
I will send my National Guard.
Yeah, a lot of states
them.
have been, and I know the governor of South Dakota.
Good for them, man.
She has sent a lot of troops down there. She was quoted yesterday or today saying, "Hell, I'll throw some razor wire down there myself."
Thank you so much for inviting me to talk about this. This is incredibly important, and Governor Abbott has done the exact right thing, and I'll drive him more razor wire from South Dakota if I have to, for him to do his job.
So before we get into all of that, let's talk about our liquor sponsor. We changed a little bit. We're doing some liquor.
Yeah, our show sponsor, liquor sponsor. I do want to give thanks to the person who is responsible for all of this new gear that we have, and that is Half a Mind to Kick Your Ass Incorporated. Thank you very much. The new gear is amazing, so thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Our sponsors are Kristen and Tom Clem, Realtors. If you're ready to buy or sell that home in the Central Florida area, these guys will take care of you. Kristen is a former school teacher. Tom is a former law enforcement officer. You can trust these folks. They will take care of you and get you the best deal possible. And also Clem Property Investments. You're ready to sell that piece of property and just get out from under it, or you got a piece of property that you think is a flip house or something like that, and you need the cash fast and get out of it. Make sure you contact Tom. He is like I said, former law enforcement officer, retired. He is also a veteran Marine. You can trust this guy. I know them personally. They are good friends of mine, and you can trust them. Thank you, guys. We really appreciate your sponsorship.
Yep, appreciate it, guys.
Salute.
All right. So, like I was saying, down in the southern border, we've had millions and millions of, when I say illegal aliens, people are like, oh, people aren't illegal. All right, let's say criminal aliens.
Yeah, I mean, what else do you call them?
Right,
they're illegal.
And there's the bigger issue, the humanitarian issue is, I understand that people want to come to America for a better life. I get that. But the bigger problem than just a mom bringing their child into America is the fentanyl, is the cartels. The cartels are making billions of dollars.
Mules to bring this stuff across the border all day long.
100,000. If we had 100,000 people die from a exposure to Tylenol, it would be the biggest thing in the world.
Oh, and it'd be off the market tomorrow.
Right. But because it's coming through the southern border, and we are poisoning our people at a rate of 100,000 people a year.
You know what I'd like to know?
And the federal government's doing shit about it.
I was going to say, I'd like to know, why isn't our government doing anything to stop this?
Yeah, they're allowing it.
And
all the stuff that and I don't want to get political, but all the stuff that our former president put in place, this guy,
tried.
Yeah.
He tried to put in place.
Well,
some of it he did, some of it he didn't.
If they wanted to claim asylum, okay, claim asylum, but you still have to do it from another country, not here.
Absolutely. You're supposed to stop at the first country that you enter. Yeah. So those coming from Guatemala or, from
Ecuador,
South America,
everywhere. Yeah.
They need to stop at the first country and go through the process.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
the folks that came over here back in the 1920s, the 1910s, the 1900s, they went through the process at Ellis Island and other places to gain citizenship.
And a lot of people are like, well, the Statue of Liberty says, give us your poor, your destitute. Well, the Statue of Liberty is not federal policy.
Right.
It's a statute. So Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, decided to take it upon himself, which he should. It's his state.
It's his state.
It's his state. He's
his
responsible.
His state is being affected more than any other state in the union right now, guys.
Texas area. Okay, federal government's not doing anything. We will do it. I will do it. So they've been putting a lot of razor wire up.
The National Guard is now installing a new type of razor wire fencing in Brownsville. This is the 12-foot tall fence with panels. They're laced with a 3-foot looping layer of concertina wire.
And barriers and putting troopers.
And what did the federal government do about the razor wire recently?
It went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said, yes, you can remove the razor wire to the federal government. It didn't say that Greg Abbott had to stop putting it up. So the feds have permission to tear it down, which why would our federal government, whose number one job is to protect its citizenry.
It's inhumane. It's causing people to be cut to ribbons and to bits. Nobody forced their hand and put a gun to their head and said, you will cross over that razor wire.
Right. No.
Nobody did.
The incentivizing of this country of people to come here for carte blanche. Just
I agree.
Come in and they'd be released into the country.
What happens? Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
And well, let me first state this. When they were transporting these people to Martha's Vineyard,
right?
To
our Governor DeSantis did that. Yep.
Yeah, to Chicago, to California on buses, and they were transporting them to these places. First bus load, no big deal. Second bus load, no big deal. Third bus load. Well, now all of a sudden there's 10, 15, 20 bus loads of these folks coming to these cities, and they're like, oh my God, hold on.
Now we're
can't
overwhelmed.
Handle this. We are overwhelmed. We're talking a couple of hundred or a few hundred or maybe even 1,000, not even that many. But can you imagine tens of thousands of these folks coming into your cities and saying, we want to be citizens. We're here. Now you got to take care of us.
Yeah.
What do? You don't have the manpower to take care of a load like this. And now all of a sudden, because we bust a few bus loads to these cities that claim to be sanctuary cities, now all of a sudden, oh my God, you can't do that anymore. We're overwhelmed. We can't take care of it.
Yeah.
It's funny how they don't get involved until it directly affects them, which is why Ron DeSantis did what he did.
And that's why.
Now to a surprising story involving Florida Governor Ron DeSantis sending 2 planes full of migrants to Martha's Vineyard yesterday, following a recent tactic by Republican governors to draw attention to what they say are President Biden's failed border policies.
You don't think it's a problem? Let's send them to you, and now you deal with it.
And Greg Abbott was sending them to dropping them off right in front of the vice president's residence. Which I thought was great. I mean, who came up with that? Hey, Governor, I've got an idea. Okay, well, tell me about it. How about if we drop off a bunch right in front of the vice president? He's like, hell yeah.
I can't handle it. Why are these people all in front of my house?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Unless we do something right now to stop this, these states that are dealing with this we are going to have a civil war. I'm telling you, it's coming, man.
I think it's going to, at the end of this year, I think it's going to be fixed. Now, don't get us wrong. We don't have a problem with legal immigration.
Oh, absolutely not.
My mom was Canadian.
Bring them on, buddy.
She came here, married my dad, and she got naturalized so she could be a correctional officer.
And I will say this. These folks from Mexico, from Guatemala, they are some of the hardest working people I have ever met in my entire life.
I think the number one thing is we can't focus. I don't care if we focus on the mom bringing her kid over. We're dealing with the cartels, the criminal cartels,
yes.
who what they're taking advantage of is they will drop off 500 families.
Yeah.
And all of the border patrols focusing on them. Well, cartels bringing in the fentanyl.
Yep.
So how do you commit a robbery in a city? You start a fire across the other side of town.
Absolutely. Send all the emergency responders over there, and then I'm free to go over here.
Yep, that's what cartels are doing.
And that's exactly what they're doing. They're not paying attention to the border crossings, from people in cars as much because they had to ship half of their force to southern Texas, New Mexico, Arizona to take care of the immigration problem. And now we have less folks focusing on the hundreds and thousands of pounds of this crap that's coming into our country.
And they're putting it in everything. They're putting in marijuana. Please, guys, do not. I mean, it seems so logical. Don't take street drugs. You're going to be at the statistic.
Oh my God! If somebody gives you a pill and says, "Hey, this is just
just a little bit of X
or whatever," it's just a little bit of X, or it's a little bit of whatever it is. What's that one that they use for ADD? Oh my God!
Yeah,
I can't think of the name of it. Adderall.
Yeah.
Adderall. They'll lace that. I mean, your kids.
Street weed.
We have kids dying all over the country because they're laced with this fentanyl.
Hey, where is it?
Deputies in Alabama raced to save a 1-year-old who allegedly was overdosing on fentanyl.
Back up. How long has she been down? How long has she been down? 30 minutes. Okay, everybody back up.
It takes a poof of fentanyl to kill you.
Yeah.
And these kids don't know that. Yeah. They don't know that. We've got to do something. We really do have to do something. And this is not a Republican or a Democrat issue. This is a United States issue that has to be addressed and has to be addressed now. Not in the 2024 election. Mm-mm. Now it's got to be addressed.
It's a public health and a law enforcement emergency.
It really is. And who do you think's paying for all of this? You and I, the taxpayers of the United States, are paying for this crap, all this enforcement, all this stuff. We're paying for this out of our pockets to take care of this. So if you're a liberal, hey, more power to you, no problem. But you're still paying the same taxes I'm paying. We're paying for this crap.
Yep. All right.
And I could go on forever about that. Oh, it just drives me crazy.
Let us know what you think about this situation. Tell us if we're off base, which we're not. But honestly, give us your opinion. While you're doing that, like and subscribe. And
I just want to say thank you to our subscribers again. Thank you very much. Here's what drives this show. We love doing the show, but we want to bring content that you guys want to hear about. So if there's this topic or something that you want to hear about, jump in the comments down below. Send us an email, retiredcopsrule@gmail.com. Send us an email. We will read it. We've had several viewers send us emails, and we've covered the topic and done a show on it, done our research and done a show on it. We love that. It'd be great. Hey, we run out of ideas sometimes, so give us an idea.
Yep. And always remember, at Surviving the Badge,
we still got your 6. Be safe out there.